Welcome to the NCAA Softball Regionals presented by Capital One. And welcome to College Station, Texas, ready for game number 3 here in the regional round on a Saturday. Our second elimination game, and the hosts, Texas A&M, facing elimination, taking on a UConn team that just picked up their first NCAA tournament win since 2001. They won an elimination game against McNeese. Arizona State with a win over A&M earlier today. UConn with the 5-1 win over McNeese. And now it's A&M and UConn, the winner to take on Arizona State tomorrow, 3 Eastern time here at Davis Diamond. Great to have you with us here at Texas A&M alongside Madison Shipman. I'm Eric Freed. It has been quite a day, and we still have a long way to go because Texas A&M is on the field, on their home field, and for the second season in a row, they are facing elimination in the regional rounds.
This is a team that all season long has kind of thought about what happened last year, losing to Liberty in the College Station Regional, and they've been talking about turning the page to this 2026 season. Well, they've had about 3 hours to figure out how to turn the page because now they're facing elimination against this UConn team. But let's take you back to what happened in game 1 today between Arizona State and Texas A&M. Michaela Wark goes yard, a 2-run shot. The Howdy Hat comes out of the dugout. That was actually after an illegal pitch was called on Kenzie Brown. But Arizona State responded with a 2-run shot of their own that tied up the game. Ariel Kowalewski hits this base hit out to right field, but it's the base running that's able to capitalize on a defensive miscue by Arizona State. They go to video review on this. The call ends up standing on the field. Kelsey Mathis comes through with an RBI, driving that one over to shortstop, brings in the go-ahead run at the time. Then you fast forward to the top of the 7th inning. It was Kaylee Pond with ultimately the game-winning RBI back up the middle. Kenzie Brown, one of the best strikeout pitchers in the country. She was loving it. She went the distance in that game. But this is a Texas A&M team that is going to be facing a ton of power with UConn and Kat Pettis. She is the Big East Player of the Year this year. She went yard not once, but twice in the elimination game that UConn just played against Miss McNeese. She has one of those sweet, powerful swings coming from the right side, and they are definitely going to need her in this elimination game.
It is a rematch. Yesterday, Texas A&M took care of Connecticut 17-3 in 5 innings, so they meet again with a spot in the regional final on the line. It's UConn and Texas A&M, and the first pitch is next.
The NCAA Softball Regionals are presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Feels like we got a little scuba vibe going on here because the humidity is up here in College Station. It's
say, or are the young fans manifesting the bubbles with some of the
could be
scuba moves?
Could be. Saw a lot of bubbles yesterday for Texas A&M as the fans We're celebrating those 17 runs, so Sidney Cush, the junior, will get the start for UConn here today. UConn is the home team. Texas A&M playing on their home field is designated the visiting team in this matchup.
And this is going to be the second time that Sidney Cush has faced this Texas A&M lineup. She faced them yesterday, but it was right in the middle of that 13-run second inning. She'll throw in the low 60s, even bring it up into the mid-60s there. A lot of arm side movement with her pitches. So she likes to throw inside to the right-handed batters, away to those left-handed batters with the screwball, drop ball, rise ball. Will throw that changeup in there as well.
Take a look at the Texas A&M starting lineup, brought to you by Capital One. A familiar look to it. Michaela Wark has been on here, 3 for 6 at the plate with a couple of home runs, 3 RBI. And of course, Maya Perez is always one to watch in the middle of the lineup for Texas A&M. First pitch comes at 8:30 Central Time. And it is strike one to Kennedy Powell in the leadoff spot. Senior third baseman is hit by a pitch. Played for the moment by Cush, thinking maybe it hit the bat, but it caught Powell, who's shaking it off as she heads down the line. She's aboard to get things started here for A&M.
Similar to what happened in yesterday's ball game, too. She did end up giving up a couple of hits, but it was a couple of hit batters as well. Typically likes to work arm side with these lefties. She's trying to work that pitch inside, and it just gets away from her. It does look like Kennedy Powell is okay. Got to switch all the gear once you get over to first base. There's batting gear, and then there's base running gear.
She needs an assistant
there it is.
for it.
Yep.
There's Talon Edwards batting second, the senior second baseman for this Texas A&M team that finished tied for 4th in the SEC, 16 wins in conference play. They come in 37-18 overall on the season after the loss earlier today to Arizona State. Beat UConn yesterday in the regional opener, 17-3 in 5 innings. Featured 13 runs scored in the second inning. 19 batters came to the plate for A&M. Grounded right side and through in the right field. Powell going first to third. The throw is cut off, and Texas A&M wasting no time to get things started against the Huskies here in the first. Talon Edwards gets her second hit of the regional.
Talon Edwards swing. She has really good oppo power, but this time with the infield kind of pinched up the middle a bit too. She ends up coming around this ground ball, and it gets past Savannah Ring at second base out into right field. Heads up base running by Kennedy Powell. She had her eyes on that ground ball the entire time as she was rounding second base to make it easily over to third.
Here is Perez. She takes strike one. Well, the top hitters in the country, 19 home runs, 55 runs batted in. An on-base machine. 58 consecutive games reaching base for Perez. Grounded to first. They get the force at second for one. That's it. A run scores, and A&M is on top 1-0. RBI number 56 on the season for Maya Perez.
And it's an important one, too. Even though it wasn't her hardest hit ball of the season, you can tell when she was walking back to first base, she was clapping because she knows that that gives the Aggies the early lead here.
Get the feeling that Texas A&M jumping on the Connecticut pitcher early in counts, just trying to be aggressive, trying to shake off that loss to Arizona State earlier today. Swinging at the first pitch is Michaela Wark.
And really, it's a completely different mindset than what we saw from the McNeese batters going up against UConn in the game right before this. It felt like they were really trying to make UConn work. Jessica Walter ended up getting the start for UConn in that elimination game. But it felt like even from the beginning of the game, we were seeing 8, 9 pitch, 10 pitch at bats. And here, Texas A&M being very aggressive early in the count.
Michaela Wark sends it out to center field. They'll get down for a base hit. Perez moves on to second. 4th hit for Wark of the regional.
Another good piece of hitting by Michaela Wark. She ended up getting that one a bit off at the end of the bat, but it's a great 2-strike swing, dropping it out into center. And that's going to move Maya Perez over into scoring position and Michaela Wark over at first.
Wark now 4 for 7 in the regional. Swinging at the first pitch is Ariel Kowalewski. Fouls it off for strike one. Sophomore catcher Had the biggest hit in that win against Connecticut, a grand slam, part of that second inning onslaught.
And it was a grand slam off of Sydney Cush out there in the circle.
Solid single to center. Perez is being held at third, bobbled by the center fielder, but Perez is going to hang right there. And the bases are loaded for the Aggies with one out here in the first.
Initially, it looked like Coach Harger was holding up Maya Perez at third base, and then with that bobble by Caitlin Kibling out in center field, decided to try to send her. But as soon as you hesitate, rule of thumb is you go ahead and stay where you're at. So I think that's smart that as soon as there was that slight hesitation for Maya to go ahead and just stay at third base and keep this momentum rolling for the Aggies. Hard hit ball back up the middle off of Kowalewski's bat, and that slight bobble out in center field doesn't end up being costly for UConn.
Kelsey Mathis at the plate. Sophomore center fielder has one hit in the regional as a home run. Hers was the second of 3 straight home runs in that second inning for Texas A&M against Connecticut. Kowalewski had the grand slam, then Mathis homered, then Dement homered. 5 home runs in the game for Texas A&M.
We saw a ton of home runs yesterday. 11 combined home runs between all 4 teams. 5 home runs coming from Texas A&M, 5 home runs coming from Arizona State. 1 home run coming from Savannah Ring of UConn yesterday. And we've already seen the Huskies go yard a couple of times today. Kat Pettis with 2 home runs.
A&M had 1 home run in the loss to Arizona State. It was off the bat of Michaela Wark that put the Aggies on top 2-0 in the first. Arizona State tied it. Didn't lead until the 7th inning. And that lead held as the Sun Devils improved to 2-0 with a 4-3 win over the Aggies. Arizona State will take on the winner of this game tomorrow, 2 o'clock Central, 3 Eastern. Two to Mathis. Count is full with the bases loaded and 1 out. Misses for ball 4. That will bring in a run. It's 2-0 Aggies.
Seems to be similar momentum that the Aggies offense got against UConn yesterday, and pitching coach for the Huskies, Giselle Juarez-Presley, feeling that momentum too. She's going to come out and have a quick conversation with her battery, knowing that it's still a bases loaded situation. You've got 1 away, and A&M is picking up steam.
How challenging is this for Connecticut? They celebrate a win over McNeese to pick up their first win in the NCAA tournament in 25 years. And now you just got to turn right around, clean yourself up a little bit, and take on the host team, Texas A&M.
On one side, you can roll in the momentum. I always found that it was almost harder at times when you did have that game break in between rather than just having the doubleheader going straight into the next game. Now, granted, I did not pitch, so that is also a different element to this as well. But this is a team yesterday that put up 17 runs on you. And even though you're trying to flip things around and not think about that, I guarantee that A&M is thinking that coming into this game, saying we put up a bunch of runs yesterday, let's go ahead and do it again in this elimination game.
Gets away from the catcher, Barber. A run will score on the wild pitch as Wark comes in to make it 3-0 Aggies.
Saw a couple of pass balls in that second inning yesterday too that led to additional runs for the Aggies, and we're seeing that here again in the top of the first.
You can see the bubbles are flying here on a Saturday night, signifying a run scoring, and already with 3 runs, there's plenty of bubbles in the air.
We have had some bubbles make their way into our booth too.
Yes.
They've been floating around.
It's added just to the atmosphere.
Yes.
It's just
yes.
made, you know, what's our 3rd game of the day? Like a little...
Saw some bubbles from McNeese too. Lots of bubbles.
Gloved. And a double play. That's Ring with the snag. Pettis on the cover, and they double off the runner at second, and that will do it. But 3 runs for A&M in the first.
What's a great way to stop momentum right in its tracks, and it's the double play. Nice job by Savannah Ring to snag it, turn around, throw to Pettis, ends the inning. Sydney Lessentine is getting the start for the Texas A&M Aggies, and you're going to see her work her pitches all through the zone. She gets great jump towards the top of the strike zone with the rise ball, but she can also drop it down in the zone with that off-speed pitch, that changeup. She will work east to west as well with that screwball and that curveball combination, and that really comes in handy when you start to go back and forth between the righties and the lefties. But this is a big moment for Sydney Lessentine, for the sophomore. Elimination game for Texas A&M. Your team just put up a 3-spot in the top of the first inning, so you know that she is definitely going to be motivated to go out there and sit these first 3 batters down.
Take a look at the starting lineup for Connecticut. Brought to you by Capital One. Savannah Ring at the top of the lineup. She has a home run against Texas A&M in this regional. Kat Pettis, a couple of home runs in the win over McNeese in that elimination game. Little change in the order with Kibling in the cleanup and Willers moving from the cleanup to the 5 spot. Strike 1 from Lessentine against Ring. Savannah 342 on the season, 1 for 3 with 3 walks in the regional. Bounces up there for a ball. Ariel Kowalewski back behind the plate again for Texas A&M. Very hot for that 2 o'clock start earlier today for Texas A&M against Arizona State. Temps pushing 90. Very warm at first pitch tonight. 81 degrees, still a little breezy. And the weather has cooperated with us here in College Station through 2 days. The 1-2 to Savannah Ring. Back up the middle, a base hit to lead things off for UConn here in the bottom of the first.
Really nice piece of 2-strike hitting by Savannah Ring to set the tone for this Huskies offense. Got into a 2-strike count, got a changeup. That's the first look at the changeup that she was able to bring in there, and she is all over it. You're going to see Lessentine mix some speeds every once in a while too. Does have that drop ball, rise ball. Rise ball is going to be the hardest pitch that she throws out there.
Pettis with a big cut for strike 1. 2 home runs against McNeese, 3 for 6 in the regional with 4 runs batted in. Hitting at 400 on the season, now with 21 home runs overall. The Big East Player of the Year. Grounded off the glove of the third baseman. Everyone's going to be safe. Ring, big turn around second, but tracked down by Powell after she couldn't handle the hard grounder. And UConn has the first 2 aboard here in the first.
This is one of those in-between speeds, so coming in at 63 miles per hour, and Kat Pettis is just out in front of it, gets the top spin. That last hop right before it got to Kennedy Powell kind of jumped up on her just a little bit, and that's where it didn't hit her square in the glove, but got her more on the wrist. And so that ball goes down the left field line. And all a game of momentum. You start to feel UConn building momentum, so what do? You call timeout and you bring everybody back together to regroup.
It has scored an error on Powell at third. Ring at second, Pettis at first, and here's Caitlin Breslin. Junior right fielder. Takes strike one. Breslin was 0 for 3 against McNeese. 0 for 5 in the regional. Does have a walk. 1-1. Little late. 1-2. Breslin, a junior from Hopkinton, Mass. All-tournament team selection in the Big East tournament, won by Connecticut. Back-to-back Big East tournament champions. So back-to-back trips to the NCAA tournament. Last year ended a drought of 24 years since their last trip to the NCAAs, but Laura Valentino's team back here in the tournament and picking up a win this year in the tournament. First win in 25 years for a UConn team. Slow roller to the shortstop, the flip to second for one. That's all they'll get. As Ring goes on to third, first and third with one out.
Productive out still moves Savannah Ring over to third base. Got it a bit off at the end of the bat. But you look at the journey for UConn this entire season. Didn't exactly start off February the way that they wanted to. Quite a few losses in the month of February, but Coach Laura Valentino said that she is really proud of the way that this team has continued to bounce back and fight as this season has gone on.
Back to Lessentine. She looks the runner back, throws out Kibling, 2 down. Breslin on the second.
I even think looking back at game one for them earlier today, an elimination game, they lost yesterday 17-3, but to be able to bounce back and get that win today just speaks volumes to the fight that this team has.
They were 4-15 heading into conference play. You mentioned the February and the struggles, but they have bounced back in the big picture and here in this NCAA regional. Now a throwing error by Texas A&M is going to allow a run to score for Connecticut. 2 errors in the inning for Texas A&M and a gift run for the Huskies. It's 3-1.
Looked like Kowalewski trying to throw that ball down to second base, and it ends up just sailing on out into center field, and UConn is capitalizing on those mistakes.
One the count to the freshman Emma Willers. So an error on Powell and an error on Kowalewski in the inning, allowing Ring to score. One and two. Breslin over at third with 2 down and a run in for the Huskies. Lessentine elevates, gets the strikeout, and that will do it for UConn in the first. But they do get on the board. Texas A&M on top 3-1 after 1 in this elimination game in College Station.
#1 seed has been eliminated in this regional round. Group drills this. There it goes. Gone! Swing and a miss. Ball game over. Liberty does the unthinkable. It knocks out the #1 overall seed.
That was the shocker last year. Texas A&M entered the tournament the #1 overall seed, and Liberty knocked them out here at Davis Diamonds. Now Texas A&M, the 15 seed. We talked to their head coach Tricia Ford about, well, hitting the reset button, turning the page. Pick your phrase you want to use, or is there a little less pressure on being 15 instead of 1? And she did admit that being a #1 overall seed, that was on a very fast timeline for this program. Maybe they weren't ready for that moment and that pressure that comes with being the overall #1.
You've got a big target on your back when you're the #1 overall seed, and especially given that Emily Kennedy was out there in the circle for them. Lefty throwing 71, 72 miles per hour. One of the best arms in the country last year. But Liberty came out swinging. Coach Dot Richardson always ends up scheduling Liberty with one of the toughest schedules of the country to prepare them for moments like that, so that the moment doesn't get too big, so that they can go into somebody's house and beat them on their home field. And that's exactly what happened to Texas A&M. And Texas A&M has had to answer that question all year long. And now here we are, fast forward one more year, and they're with their backs up against the wall in another elimination game at home.
Ford said it was addressed at the start of the season. Obviously, the questions come with the return of the NCAA tournament. She admitted that she'll probably never get over that.
The competitor in there is not going to let it go.
Stunned like that as the overall #1. There's a strike, and it's 2-1 now to Paisley Allen, leading things off here. #8 hitter, sophomore left fielder. There's the added thing for Texas A&M heading into the NCAA tournament of being one and done in the SEC tournament, where they were the #6 seed. They finished tied for 4th in the conference, but they were stunned by Auburn. Auburn was the #14 seed. 11-8 was the final. Texas A&M pitching gave up 5 home runs in that game. So there was the reset from last year and the reset from last week that she had to work on this team with. Oh, good pick by Pettis at short to throw. One down.
And now even a shorter reset too, having to fast forward from losing earlier today. As you mentioned though, Eric, a really nice snag by Kat Pettis over at shortstop. Sometimes you get those in-between hops and you just have to follow it with your eyes all the way over to the side of your body. And that's exactly what Pettis does to get that out.
I get the feeling, as I sit here next to the former All-American shortstop, you've enjoyed watching the Kat Pettis show here for the University of Connecticut.
I really have. I feel like she's shown great range, both up the middle, but especially into that 5-6 hole.
Grounded right side, gloved by Ring. The flip over to Willers at first, and quickly 2 down as Fragile is retired.
I think her and Savannah Ring both work very well up the middle, and the way that Kat Pettis has been able to get some of those ground balls that are in the 5-6 hole that look like they're going to be base hits out to left field. The awareness of throwing off of your knees or knowing the speed of the runner, those are all things that you're thinking about before the ball is put in play, so that you're prepared to make those types of incredible plays.
I know you appreciate those who you can tell think the game.
Absolutely.
And act on what they're thinking.
And you do rely a lot on your instincts, but your instincts come from the preparation beforehand, so that you're put in the right spot to be able to make some of those plays. There's always a level, I think, of anticipation when it comes on defense, too. You're taking the information you're given, whether it's what the pitch call is or what your tendency of your pitcher or which direction they like to throw it. Also looking at swings and swing patterns. Do they get on top of the ball? Are they a batter that likes to get underneath the ball? And using all of that information to make plays like that, and she makes them look routine.
Juarez Presley out to talk with her pitcher, Cindy Cush. A couple of ground ball outs, now facing Kennedy Powell, who's ahead in the count 2-0. As they wrap up their conversation, I can tell you that they do not know when they're going to wrap up the night in the 7 Innings Live studio. They've been there since morning. They've been there all day. I hope they've had good catering. I hope they've had people deliver them food, whatever it takes. But our crew has been awesome with Chris and Alyssa, Tori and Tara. They'll be at it tomorrow as well. Here's Pettis, who made the backhand stop, but no getting Powell, who gets down the line quickly. She's aboard with 2 down.
Powell with just too much speed on that ground ball. As soon as it gets to the second hop, you know that Kennedy Powell is going to be able to beat that one out down the first baseline. The only thing you can do is try to get it before that second hop, but at times you don't have time to get up there. Now you're going to see the infield shift basically to the completely opposite side of the field. Now you've got Kat Pettis playing right behind second base.
Strike one to Talon Edwards, who singled her first time. Edwards, outstanding defensive player. He's Gold Glove winner at third base, playing for Oklahoma State. Has shifted over to second. This is sent to second. That's Savannah Ring. On to Willers, and that's it for Texas A&M in the second. We've played 1.5 here at the College Station Regional in this elimination game. It's 3-1 Aggies.
There is nothing like the Women's College World Series.
The Women's College World Series returns to Oklahoma City. The action begins Thursday, May 28th at noon Eastern Time, live on ESPN. For more information on the 2026 Women's College World Series, visit ncaa.com, the home for all NCAA championships. What was that? Ed Curran, our director, just had a shot at something that looked cold, refreshing.
Looks delicious.
Delicious.
Oh, there you go.
All right, finish off that popcorn. Watch out for the kernels. That's
there it is.
That looks like something.
Snow cone?
Snow cone boosted. I mean, that thing was. I mean, it takes 2 people to conquer that thing. She looks just so refreshed and so comfortable. We've been sitting here. Who knew we could sweat so much sitting here talking softball all day long? But we are. And we love it.
The players are probably thinking, you guys think you're sweating.
Ava Calciano, freshman, leading off for UConn here in the second. 1-2. Lesentine, the sophomore out of New Mexico, made 21 appearances last year as a freshman. Got the start against Auburn in that SEC tournament game. Getting the start here in this elimination game. That makes quick work of Calciano, 1 down.
Nice job with some of those off-speed pitches coming in 62, 63 miles per hour with a bit of down bite, and Calciano was out in front on those swings. Like we talked about earlier, that rise ball is going to come in 66, 67, and she has that changeup that'll be a little bit slower. But you could tell she is really trying to keep this UConn offense off balance.
Bella Cruz takes strike one. Sophomore from North Belmore, New York. Played in just 5 games a season ago, was 0 for 6. She's been a regular here for the Big East Tournament champions in 2026.
Came through with a big 2-out double earlier against McNeese. Drove it straight out to center field. Was a big part of their Big East championship game as well, scoring all the way from first base on a Heidi Barber triple.
This is for a ball, 2-1. Game against McNeese was scoreless in the 4th before Kat Pettis led off with a home run. And then after Emma Willers singled and Caitlin Kibling doubled, Cruz stepped up with 2 outs and hit that 2-run double to put UConn on top 3-0. McNeese would score 1 in the 6th. UConn got insurance in the 7th on a 2-run home run by Pettis, her 2nd of the game. Two-two. 3 straight strikeouts for Lessentine. 2 down.
That last swing and miss, too, is all set up by the pitches before that. She was working down in the zone, and now down in the zone is where she hit the double in the last game against McNeese. But this last pitch gets her thinking down and then brings the rise ball up towards the top and gets the swing and miss.
Here's Kaylee DeMeo. Lessentine starts her with strike 1. DeMeo 0 for 3 against McNeese, 1 for 5 in the regional with the run scored. Two balls, 1 strike to the number 8 hitter for Connecticut. High heat, it's 2-2. Lessentine got work yesterday against UConn, as did Kate Munnerlyn. Sydney Peters got the start. She had started the first 2 Texas A&M games. Pitched really well against Arizona State today, but Sun Devils picked up the win. Full count to DeMeo with 2 down here in the 2nd. To Powell at 3rd. Over to 1st, it's a 1-2-3 inning for Lessentine. Texas A&M on top 3-1 as we head to the 3rd.
favorite things.
Maya Perez is one of the best hitters in the country, and she went yard yesterday for home run number 19 on this season. And when you look at her swing and you think about what is it about her swing that allows her to drive the ball with such consistency, to me it's the way that she keeps her hands inside of these pitches. This was a grand slam that she hit against Mississippi State, a drop ball away, and because she keeps her hands inside of the ball, her barrel is staying back behind her hands, so it almost feels like her barrel is catching that softball when she goes to swing. That's where you get the different sound off of the bat when Maya Perez takes a hack at it.
Ground ball too short, gloved again by Pettis, flashing the leather. One down.
Even still, that one, a ground ball off of the bat at 71 miles per hour. So even at shortstop, that ground ball is coming in hot. So a nice play by Kat Pettis up the middle.
I'll bring up Michaela Warwick, who singled and scored her first time. Another Aggie swinging at the first pitch, staying aggressive at the plate against Cush. Warwick's home run earlier today against Arizona State was the 50th of her career. Career began at Oklahoma State, started 42 games for Cowgirls last year. Of course, a Women's College World Series team, freshman and sophomore year. This is lifted to right field, grabbed by Breslin, 2 down.
Even that swing, she mishit that ball, but you see the effortless power that she just had on that fly ball out to right field. Breslin was right underneath it, but the home run that she hit earlier today against Kenzie Brown in Arizona State went oppo.
And if you're UConn, you feel great. You've gotten through Perez and Warwick with a ground out and a fly ball. Two biggest threats in the lineup for UConn to worry about. Not the only threats, of course.
I guarantee Sydney Kush remembers exactly what happened when she faced Ariel Kowalewski yesterday with that grand slam out to right field.
Kowalewski got a single, her first at bat. There's Pettis from her knees to first. Safe is the call at first. We'll see what UConn wants to do if they want to challenge it. It was very close. And I think UConn's got to buy a little time right here before they make the challenge.
Pettis ranging to her left, dives up the middle. It's another one of those strong throws that she's able to make across the diamond from her knees. A very close play over at first. Shout out to Emma Willers too with the stretch.
Ooh.
I think she gets her. I think that's an out. The other thing we're checking too is to make sure that Willers' foot was staying on the base. It looked like her foot was still in contact with first base.
The call of safe at first base is being challenged by UConn. This play is under review.
Voice of Aaron Peterson, who will handle the announcements here today, but the reviews are being handled in Pittsburgh at the review center, replay center. So let's take a look at this angle first.
So you want to start to see the glove close or begin to close around that softball. Right there, it looks like it's starting to close, so it definitely makes it there in time. Is her toe still on the base?
Boy,
is that space I see, or is that just her cleat?
Is that a cleat that's touching the base? Now again, when you start wondering, is that a cleat? And you start guessing, it's got to be conclusive. I think they're going to be looking at two things here, Madison, and you just pointed out. One, is the ball in the glove? And then, is the cleat on the base? The answer to the first could be yes. The answer to the second looks like it could be, I don't know, which is enough to say the call stands. So Pittsburgh will take a look at a couple of different angles. You can see on the right, the low first angle.
So I'm looking at her left foot in our right screen. Is her toe still bending? Is her cleat still bending? Because if it's bending, then to me, she's still making contact with the base.
So right now it's in the hands of the replay center in Pittsburgh, and they will make the decision and pass it along to our field crew here.
Is the cleat still bending?
Let's go in order. You need to see the glove start to close on the ball first.
See, and I think that is a catch made before Kowalewski hits first base. So I believe that I see her glove starting to close around that softball before Kowalewski gets to first. So in my mind, the question is does Emma Willer's foot come off of first base? That's what we're looking for here. At least that's what I am looking for on these replays. And then we're diving a bit deeper to see, is there still a bend in her cleat? Because then that would tell me that she's still making contact with the base.
So this is a look at what they're reviewing right now in Pittsburgh. You can see they've got the thumbnails on the left so they can go through the different angles and looks, but this seems to be the one that's got the most attention for you and for them, Madison, because you've taken us to a whole nother realm here of wondering about cleat and base science or something like that. I don't know. I don't even know what you said, but it made sense.
From this angle, it looks like her foot isn't making contact with the base. But when we had that other look from the first base dugout, was it possibly still making contact? We will see.
Here's Aaron Peterson with the call.
After review, the call on the field has been changed. The runner is out. UConn retains their challenge.
A lot of credit to Willers on the stretch, and again, give credit to the shortstop Pettis for making the play and the throw. A successful challenge.
The only reason this is close over at first base is because of the play of Kat Pettis, and it's all about the left cleat of Emma Willers getting the out at first. UConn back-to-back Big East champions, but it was a close one against Creighton. Tie ball game heading into the sixth. Heidi Barber hits the triple off of the wall. Bella Cruz, as we talked about earlier, scores all the way from first base. And then Kat Pettis doing Kat Pettis things, going yard to extend their lead. And that's how the UConn Huskies became back-to-back Big East champions.
Under head coach Laura Valentino, who just saw her team make a great play in the field. Pettis over the Willers, and now we'll see what they can do at the plate. Barber is leading off for Connecticut, the number 9 hitter. Sophomore catcher steps in against Sydney Lessentine. And hits it deep to left center field, and it is going to stay in the park. Looked like Barber put a charge in it, but plenty of room for Allen in left. One pitch, one away.
All the fans out there beyond the wall, too, thought it was going yard. They were charging in, trying to read the spin on that ball out to Paisley Allen.
Back to the top of the lineup. Here's Savannah Ring. Scored the UConn run in the first. 2 errors in the first by Texas A&M in the field, leading to that unearned run. Ball 1 to Ring.
Savannah Ring having herself a great season this year and a big jump in her numbers. Looking at her previous 3 seasons, even going back to last year, ended up batting 193. The start of this game, batting a 342 in this 2026 season. We did get a chance to ask head coach Laura Valentino just about the jump that Savannah Ring has made, and one story came to mind in particular where she got a call from Savannah Ring over winter break.
Which, let me just interrupt for a second.
Can raise some warning flags every once in a while.
Not always a good thing if you're getting a call from a player in the offseason, right? I mean, in this day and age, you're always a little concerned that it's going to be something, but there was nothing to be concerned about.
But this was a great phone call, and a phone call that she was very proud of. It was Savannah Ring calling Coach Valentino, asking if she could take the low tee home with her over winter break so that she could practice with the low tee. Now, granted, the low tee is a tee that you set the ball up on that's about 6 inches off of the ground. So you're working on getting barrel underneath, drop balls, kind of practicing the over-exaggeration. But Coach Valentino just loved the extra effort that she saw from Savannah Ring, wanting to take the initiative to work on those swings and take the low tee home with her over break.
Last year, she hit 9th for UConn. She hit 184 for the season, and she's above 340 entering play here today. That low tee work paid off.
maybe UConn's they need some more low tees. They got to pass them around.
Tricia Ford, the head coach, who also handles the pitching staff for Texas A&M, heading out to the circle. So conversation there, conversation with Valentino and Kat Pettis. Pettis is a player that deserves extra attention with the way she's swinging the bat right now.
Although I don't know what you say to her in this situation. Keep doing the same thing that you've been doing. Kat Pettis talked to us about what she's thinking about when she gets out there onto the field. And I guarantee Coach Tricia Ford's trying to figure out a way to pitch to Kat Pettis with the way that she's been swinging it. But she is just out there to win, whatever it takes to win ball games.
Pettis reached on an error by Powell at third, her first time. Sophomore from Vestal, New York. Had 4 hits in the final game of the Big East tournament against Creighton, including a home run in the big 6th inning. 5-run 6th inning was the difference for the Huskies. Another one fouled off by Pettis, down to the count 0-2. '21 home runs, 62 runs batted in, leading the Huskies in both categories.
You see the power that she has when she steps into the batter's box, too. Obviously, a ton of power with over 20 home runs this season. But you noticed her load, too. I noticed that it's very, very slow and methodical, and she starts in that wide stance when she gets into the batter's box.
On the hands, Powell has it to second for 1. The turn to first, in time. Texas A&M turns the double play to end the inning.
Kat Pettis a little bit late on this swing. That low just not able to get there in time, so it ends up being a 5-4-3 double play to end the inning. Nice defense by the Texas A&M Aggies.
to the NCAA Softball Regionals presented by Capital One. Texas A&M on top of Connecticut 3-1. Tricia Ford, the head coach, joining us right now. Tricia, thank you for joining us. It seems from our vantage point, your hitters are pretty aggressive at the plate. What was the message to the team coming into this game against Connecticut tonight?
Yeah, just to have good energy. You know, we had a tough one earlier today, so it was important for us to come out with good focused at-bats, and I thought we did. We've hit some balls really hard, just right at them.
In the circle, Coach Ford, what was the message to Sydney Lessentine getting the start in this game, given how the first game ended for you guys?
Yeah, just for her to be the, you know, stable force for us in that circle, and to, you know, just pitch her tail off.
And she's done that so far, and she got some help in the field behind her. Thanks so much. We appreciate your time, as always, Tricia.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.
Double play, as you always say, pitcher's best friend as Pettis grounds into it to end the last inning. So Lessentine giving up just the one unearned run, and now looking to see if her teammates could give her a little run support, as Kelsey Mathis will lead off. Walked with the bases loaded in the first. Sydney Cush has settled in since then. Got the double play to close out the first, gave up a hit to Powell in the second, but has retired the last four she's faced, highlighted by that play Pettis to Willers to close out the third.
A lot of ground balls out sprinkled in there, too. A couple of ground balls over to Kat Pettis over at shortstop, a couple the other way to Savannah Ring at second base, and just one fly ball out. That was off the bat of Michaela Wark out to right field.
3-0 the count to Mathis. Junior 6-6 on the season, making her 14th start, and it's a 4-pitch walk. One of the stars for Connecticut today, certainly Jessica Walter, who pitched against McNeese in the elimination game before this game. 5-1 win for Connecticut. Walter threw 144 pitches and going the distance and picking up the win to save the staff to try to knock off Texas A&M here in College Station tonight.
And what's even more impressive about those 144 pitches is how consistent her velocity stayed from the first pitch of the game to the very last pitch of the game.
Hit deep to left. Carrying, Cruz won't get it. Two-run home run, KK DeMent, and it's 5-1 Aggies.
KK DeMent has been seeing the ball extremely well throughout this regional. Went yard in yesterday's ball game. Even her first at bat today, she hit the ball right on the money. It just went straight to Savannah Ring over at second base, but this time she gets every bit of it, and there is no chance anybody is going to catch this one off of the scoreboard out in right field. 70 miles per hour off of the bat for KK DeMent, going 228 feet. The scoreboard just got in the way of that one.
And if you were wondering if they ran out of bubble fluid after the 17 runs against UConn yesterday, they did not. They loaded everything up, and the bubbles are floating into the night sky here in College Station. Inside the Paisley Allen, it's 2-0. Time called by Barber to go talk to her pitcher. KK DeMent, in the 7 games before the NCAA tournament, was sliding. She was on an 0-for-12 skid and 1 for her last 21, but then she went 3 for 3 with the home run you mentioned against UConn yesterday. And now she's added a home run here against the Huskies to make it 5-1.
When she was asked about that, too, heading into this regional, she had said that even though they lost in the SEC tournament, of course, nobody wants to lose the game, but she said what it did give them was a ton of practice time and working a ton with Coach Jeff Harger on what sort of adjustments that she needed to make heading into this weekend, and those adjustments have definitely paid off for KK DeMent.
Talon takes a strike. It's 2-1. Allen grounded out in the second. 3 in the first, 2 runs here in the fourth for Texas A&M, the visiting team. Ground ball right side, ring to first. Willers has it, 1 away. Number 9 hitter Frankie Vrajel, who grounded out her first time. 1 for 5 in the regional with a couple of walks. Sophomore takes ball 1. One. 2-1 to Vrajel. A&M did not trail Arizona State earlier today in the matchup of teams that were 1-0 after day 1 until the 7th inning. Had a 2-0 lead. Arizona State tied it up at 2. Then A&M was up 3-2 as they went into the 7th. Those 2 runs for Arizona State. Game in the top half of the 7th. This is to the right side. Ring from the grass, won't throw. So it's a hit for Vrajel, her second of the regional.
We saw at the beginning of the at-bat, Frankie Vrajel was walking through the batter's box like she was going to slap, but as that at-bat went on, she stood in there to swing away. Savannah Ring had to run all the way almost into right field to try to make a play on that. The speed of Vrajel didn't even allow her to make a throw over to first base.
Juarez Presley out to talk to the battery, and as they discuss things, I can tell you that NWSL Sunday night on ESPN2 coming up. It's Portland and Angel City. First kick at 6 Eastern. Watch it live on ESPN2. You can also stream the match on the ESPN app. Jeff Harger, third base coach and hitting coach, discussing things with Kennedy Powell. Also getting a little input from Frankie Vrajel, who was just at the plate.
Kennedy Powell being one of those triple threats coming from the left side. This is where it can be extremely difficult to try to play defensively because you almost have to defend everything at once. You have to defend the bunt, you have to defend the slap, and you have to defend her standing up there and swinging away.
Grounded to Ring, throws to Pettis, getting the force at second. Vrajel's retired, 2 down.
Seen a couple of times these A&M batters just rolling over on these ground balls, and the infielders continue to make plays for UConn. Savannah Ring was shaded up the middle almost as if she was going to cover second base if there was a stolen base attempt, but put herself in a good spot to be able to get the lead runner out over at second base.
I know UConn's trailing 5-1, but think about yesterday at this time. They were looking at the scoreboard, and there were 17 runs on the board for Texas A&M when that game was over. 17-3 was the final. UConn's made the plays in the field. They're in touch with this A&M team. Question is, can they get the runs at the plate against Lesson team?
And the way that this postseason has gone so far, I know that regionals just started yesterday, but it feels like we have already seen some pretty wild comebacks in today's games. Texas Tech being one that comes to mind. They were down 8 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning with 2 outs, and they came back to win that ball game.
Down 8-0, tied it at 8 with 2 outs. Fell behind in the 8th inning, won it in walk-off fashion in Lubbock. Good pick by Barber. It's 3-0 to Edwards. Talon 1 for 2 tonight. There's a strike, 3-1. 2 for 7 in the regional. Also reached by way of walk and being hit by a pitch. On the corner, it's 3-2. Grounded, gloved by Ring, 2 first. Another great play by Connecticut's defense. They're making the plays in the field, but there are some balls that just can't be caught, including this one by KK Dement this inning.
When you are driving it off of the scoreboard out in left field, and nobody has a chance at catching that one. KK Dement extending the lead for the Aggies.
(5-1) Texas A&M in this elimination game. UConn already won an elimination game, and that's where I want to start with their head coach, Laura Valentino. Congratulations on the NCAA tournament win. I know it's a quick turnaround, but just take me back to that win over McNeese and what it meant to you in this program.
Yeah, I'm so proud of this team and what we continue to do and raise the standard of what we do each year. And kudos to Jess Walter, I mean, going out there and just being a relentless go-getter. I mean, talk about toughness. That kid threw another complete game and just complete heart out there for this team.
Coach, I want to ask you about the defense because by my count, 8 of the 12 outs that you guys have gotten on defense have gone up the middle between Savannah Ring and Kat Pettis. I've got a couple of gold stars out there in my scorebook too, but what are you loving from your defense tonight?
Oh my gosh, I'm loving the way that they're playing. We talk about stolen outs and it being a mindset, right? That we're going to steal outs from the other team, and those two are putting a show on tonight.
Congratulations on the first NCAA tournament win for a UConn team in 25 years, by the way.
Thank you, guys. I'm really proud to be a part of this program.
Thank you for joining us, Laura. We appreciate it.
Go Huskies, guys.
I don't think there's a chart for gold stars in Maddie's scorebook, but I do have quite a few on there for the Huskies defense today.
Why don't you actually have gold stars to put in there? I know you've got the color highlighters.
I do have
a gold star would be the nice touch to add to your scorebook.
You know what? I have never even thought about that, and it is a great idea. So I might have to add that to my arsenal of tools for my scorekeeping.
If I can find a office supply store open when we're done here tonight, I'll go buy you some gold stars. It may be a little late, though. Bottom half of the fourth, a reminder, Texas A&M playing on their home field is the visiting team here in this matchup. So UConn, the home team rather, they're taking on the host in Texas A&M. 5-1 in the bottom of the fourth. Lesson team misses for ball 2, 2-0. To Caitlin Breslin leading things off for the Huskies in the fourth. Chop to Powell at third. One away. I know earlier today it was an impressive performance by Sydney Peters against Arizona State, but in the end, Arizona State pulled out the victory. What has impressed you about Sydney Lessentine here tonight for the Aggies?
The first thing that comes to mind is the way that she's been subtly mixing speeds. Even that last ground ball that went over to Kennedy Powell coming in about 62, 63 miles per hour. And to me, that subtle difference in speeds between her rise ball and that pitch coming in 62 is not enough for a batter to go up there and sit it, but it's something that you realize when you're halfway through your swing. So I think that's why we've seen a lot of those ground ball outs off of the bats of the UConn Huskies because of that change in speeds.
Fouled off by Kibling, down the count 0-2.
Three strikeouts already on the evening for Sydney Lessentine and 3 ground balls that have made their way over to Kennedy Powell at third base. Tells me that she is doing a nice job of disrupting that timing.
Called strike 3. Lessentine gets the strikeout. That is her 4th, 2 down.
She can mix it in downstairs, but then she can also work the rise ball up towards the top. Great spin, great movement, and late jump here. Working this pitch right up at the top of the strike zone and gets the call.
Ball 1 to Emma Willers. Struck out her first time. Madison referenced before the struggles for UConn with some injuries and some adversity throughout the season. That's been the story at first base for this Connecticut team. Higa was the starter at first base. She suffered a knee injury, an ACL injury in mid-February. And then Haley Kupal, senior, was starting at first in the Big East tournament. After Higa went down with the injury, then she was injured at the Big East tournament. So now it's on Willers, an impressive-looking freshman from Dallas, who has had to step into the void here.
And not easy to do either when you're heading into the postseason, but we've already seen her make that nice stretch over at first base.
2-2. Called strike 3. Lessentine dealing right now. Back-to-back strikeouts, and that does it for the Huskies in the 4th.
Back-to-back strikeouts and back-to-back strikeouts that are looking from Sydney Lessentine. She is moving the ball all over the place. Rise ball up in the zone, gets her looking.
Done.
Plenty of storylines today. We have changed the storylines a couple times because we just keep getting new ones. Florida State early lost to Stetson, but they have rallied to fight off elimination. How about South Carolina upstate in a regional final? And tonight, two teams facing elimination. Oregon was shut out earlier today by Mississippi State. They're taking on St. Mary's in Eugene now, and you're watching Texas A&M take on UConn in an elimination game.
I think it's that USC Upstate game beating Belmont 10-1 too. That might surprise me the most out of that list. Now, it wasn't Maya Johnson that got the start in that game. Ellie Giles got the start, but Maya Johnson came in relief. Did give up a couple of earned runs.
Perez, backhand by Ring. Guess what? Another good play. One away.
Making it look easy, too. Hard hit ball off the bat of Maya Perez. It's another one coming off 72 miles per hour. Savannah Ring goes for the backhand up the middle, fires over to first base for out number 1. Not easy to get these hops on the backhand either. You're moving up the middle. You really have to over-exaggerate getting your glove down to the ground because you do not want that ground ball to skip underneath the glove. But Savannah Ring does a nice job there.
So Belmont was shut out by Jocelyn Brisky earlier today in Alabama. Florida got the day started with another win. This time they beat Georgia Tech. Line drive to right, gets down, and it's off the wall. Off the bat of Michaela Wark. She'll hold it first with a one-out single. Second hit of the game, 5th hit of the regional for Wark.
There's that power to the opposite side of the field for Michaela Wark. She starts off of the plate, too, and kind of dives her momentum towards those softballs. And when they are down in the zone, she can throw her barrel at it and hit it hard off of the wall out there in right field.
Haley Golden will come on to run for Wark. One down for Ariel Kowalewski. Singled in the first, was robbed of a hit in the third by Pettis. 4 hits in the regional for the sophomore catcher. Takes ball 1. Top half of the 5th in our second elimination game of the day. UConn with the win over McNeese in the first elimination game. That's fouled off of Kowalewski's foot, and she's going to need a moment. Arizona State in the driver's seat here in College Station, 2-0. They will play tomorrow, 3 o'clock Eastern, 2 o'clock Central here at College Station against the winner of this game. 1 win, and Arizona State goes on to the Super Regionals. Arizona State loses, we'll have the if necessary game, game 7 here in College Station. Two and one. Close. Didn't get the call. It's 3-1.
Pretty good location there, up and in. It almost looked like it caught Ariel Kowalewski a bit by surprise because she worked back on the inside part of the strike zone.
Past the third baseman, DeMeo into left field. Back-to-back hits for A&M here in the 5th. Second hit of the game, 5th of the regional for Kowalewski.
Another hard hit ball off of the bat for Texas A&M. This time it goes the opposite direction. We've seen a lot of the ground balls today go up the middle, whether it's to shortstop over at Kat Pettis or to Savannah Ring at second base. This time it's hit right to Kaylee DeMeo over at third base. Took a second, she ended up diving to her left, but by that time the ball had already made it out into left field.
I just saw jogging down from the bullpen, Jessica Walter. There she is, number 55. Could she be coming in at some point for UConn after throwing 144 pitches? Looks like she's getting ready.
Elimination game season on the line. All hands on deck mentality.
Piper White will run for the catcher Kowalewski at first. Juarez Presley heads back to the dugout, but I see Jessica Walter continue to get ready to perhaps come into the game. You just heard from her head coach a few minutes ago, Laura Valentino, just praising what she did in going the distance in that elimination game against McNeese earlier today. Oh, 1 to Kelsey Mathis, who's walked twice. One on one. Her first walk came with the bases loaded, brought in A&M's third run of that first inning. 2 in the fourth for the Aggies. Ground ball to second. The toss to Pettis. They get one. Getting down the line is Mathis to beat it out. Over the third goes Golden, 2 down.
Savannah Ring had to take an extra second before she flipped that ball over to Kat Pettis because that ball got to her in such a hurry. She had to make sure that Kat Pettis was going to be there to get that out over at second base. Again, hard hit ball off of the bat. 1-2 before she tosses it over to Kat Pettis, and just that split second prevents them from getting another double play.
Valentino talking to our plate umpire, J.P. Bartley, and guess who's coming into the game? Jessica Walter. She's ready for more. We're ready for more of her. We'll tell you about Jessica and what she's already done today when we come back.
Barrel.
Pitching in her second elimination game of the day is Jessica Walter for Connecticut.
Well, pitch number 144 and counting, carrying over from earlier today in her start against McNeese, where she went 7 innings, just gave up 1 hit. That 1 hit was a solo shot to Jada Munoz. Did have 8 free passes, but as you and I joked about, Eric, in that game, it seemed to be working to her advantage. A bit of effective wildness for Jessica Walter, but she kept that velocity up. We'll see where the velocity is. She ended the game at 66 and 67 miles per hour.
She did pitch yesterday against Texas A&M. She was the last pitcher UConn used in that 17-3 loss in 5 innings. Starts with strike 1 to KK Dement, who hit her 11th home run of the season, her last time up. Walters had an excellent postseason, most outstanding player of the Big East tournament. Started 3 games through 15 innings, went 2-0. First team all-conference selection this season in the Big East as well. Off speed misses, it's 2-1.
Seems to me that she's still pretty warm from the game earlier today. The first 2 pitches came in at 65, and she pumps in that changeup that just misses a little bit up in the zone.
2-1 to Dement. Popped up. Back behind the plate. Barber is going to be a tough one. It was a mile high, and she was trying to get her bearings right from the start, it seemed, and couldn't bring it in.
When you get those high fly balls back behind home plate, too, especially with the way that the wind is blowing, it's going to usually end up carrying back towards the field if it hangs up in the air long enough. So Heidi Barber got a bit crossed up with that ball tailing back towards fair territory, and it gives KK Dement another chance in this at-bat.
Gloved at third by DeMayo. The long throw is off the mark, and a run scores for A&M. More great glove work by the Huskies, but the Aggies tack on a run, and they are up 6-1.
Nice adjustment by KK Dement on this off-speed pitch. Hits it straight down the line, and a great effort by Kaylee DeMayo. She did everything she could to try to get this out over at first base. That was the only shot she had at getting it out on the field, but she's just not able to get it over there in time.
6 RBI now for Dement in the regional. This one, high pop up on the infield. First baseman Willers has it, and that will do it. Aggies add a run in the 5th. They lead 6-1 after 4.5 here at Davis-Diamond.
Sydney Lesentine getting the start with Texas A&M season on the line against UConn. She's already racked up 5 strikeouts, and she's using a bunch of different speeds, bunch of different pitches. She's gotten strikeouts on the rise ball, on the off-speed drop ball. And even in the last inning, in the top of the 4th inning, she ended up getting back-to-back strikeouts. One I thought was a rise ball, actually ended up being a high drop ball, but then she ended up getting another strikeout looking on that rise ball. So far today, she has been very, very good and very efficient with all of her pitches.
Bunt attempt fouled off by Calciano for strike 1. Savannah Ring led off with a single in the 1st inning. Since then, Lesentine has issued just a walk to Ring. She struck out 5. It's up to over 55 pitches. Been very effective. 11 of 15 first pitch strikes as well. And she's got another strikeout. That's 3 in a row. 6 for the game, 1 away.
She is really spinning that rise ball, and I'd imagine that for these UConn batters, they are thinking about that change in speeds, and what that's going to do is it's going to get you a little bit behind on these rise balls. That's a rise ball that she's pumping in at 65 miles per hour, and with that swing, you could tell that they are just late on that pitch at the top part of the zone.
Bella Cruz can't catch up to it. Strike 1. Grounded to first. Perez quickly 2 down. Six in a row retired by Sydney Lesentine, making her 24th start of the season. On the season, holding opponents to a .232 batting average. Number is going to go down a tick today after giving up just 1 hit to Connecticut. Slow roller to Edwards, 1-2-3 inning for Sydney Lesentine, who continues to deal for Texas A&M. The Aggies up 5.
The NCAA Softball Regionals are presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Beautiful Saturday night here in College Station, Texas. And the Texas A&M softball team trying to keep their season going beyond tonight in this elimination game against the UConn Huskies. It's 6-1, a one-hitter right now for Sydney Lesentine, who's given up just the 1 run. It was unearned in the first inning. A&M has provided enough run support. They'll look to add to it here. 9-1-2 for the Aggies in the top of the 6th. Ball 1 to Frankie Vrajel, who's 1 for 2 today. A&M opened the day 2 o'clock local time against Arizona State, a game that was decided in the 7th inning when Arizona State scored twice in the top of the 7th to go in front 4-3. That was the final. Kenzie Brown went the distance and picking up the win, putting Tricia Ford's team in to this elimination bracket. Connecticut surviving an elimination game against McNeese. Backhand by Ring. She's getting everything right now. One away.
Not just ground balls that are going up the middle, but the amount of backhands that we have seen this UConn defense make. Even Kaylee DeMeo over at third base made a nice backhanded play, but Savannah Ring just so smooth, moved them back up the middle. Got a nice short hop on that one.
For your fixture for this UConn program, you can see why. She's been fun to watch here. Fly ball lifted to deep left by Kennedy Powell. Cruz has it, quickly 2 down. ESPN is the home of MLB.tv. Stream every out-of-market game live or on demand using the ESPN app. Blackout and other restrictions apply. For more information, go to ESPN.com/MLB.tv. Talon Edwards at the plate with 2 down. Edwards singled in the first, grounded out in the second, and again in the fourth. Takes ball 2. Jessica Walter threw 144 pitches and going the distance in the win against McNeese. In the game before this one, coming on in relief, trying to keep the deficit manageable right now for the Huskies, down by 5. Three and 1.
So far in today's game, everything that Talon Edwards has hit has been to the right side of the field. She hit that base hit to right in the first inning, and then a couple of ground balls that have made their way over to Savannah Ring at second base. Now she's found herself in a really good hitter's count, 3-1 count. This is where you can be very selective at what you go after.
Watches it sail wide for ball 4. Second time she's been on base today. And that will bring up Maya Perez. Pitch runner for A&M as Edwards will come out. And Ansley Gross will run. And another conversation in the circle for Connecticut.
UConn has pitched Maya Perez very tough in this game. Everything that Maya Perez has put into play has been on the ground. Couple of ground balls again back up the middle. I know you're sensing a common theme with all the defensive plays that we are highlighting. That means that Texas A&M is hitting the ball on the ground to the middle infielders for UConn. Maya Perez with a quick conversation with Jeff Harger, trying to see what adjustments that she can make so she can hit it past these UConn infielders like Kat Pettis.
Perez reached on the fielder's choice and scored in the first. That brought in a run. Grounded out to short in the third and grounded out to second in the fifth. Question always is, will Maya get something to hit? Just Walter taking a moment back behind the circle. Wonder if she's feeling something right now, a little something bothering her.
Looks like she's in a little bit of pain out there.
Laura Valentino is going to come out and see what's happening with Walter again. She threw 144 pitches.
Looks like they're going to allow her to get a warm-up pitch in here. I'm not sure what it was.
Well, one pitch seemed to be enough to make Walter feel okay.
And it was just a warm-up pitch, but that one still came in at 65, so that velocity is holding.
The 1-0 to Perez. 1-1.
Back to your point, though, about pitching around Maya Perez, I think that Jessica Walter is in a spot where she has to go after Maya Perez, and a lot of that has to do with the way that Michaela Wark has been swinging the bat. Already a couple of base hits and has scored twice in this ball game.
Two and one.
Got a chance to talk to Michaela about being in that on-deck circle when there are teams that pitch around Maya Perez. She says at times I don't even look at it because I know that at some point I'm going to be able to step up to the plate. And she tries to take the emotion out of the at-bats. That's something that her and Coach Harger talk about. And with the way she joked with us, with the way that Maya Perez always seems to find a way on base, she knows she's going to be up there at some point during the game, so she wants to be ready for it.
Three and two. Walter with the challenge and wins the battle. Perez strikes out, and that will do it for Texas A&M in the sixth.
How about that strikeout for the first strikeout of the evening for Jessica Walter against the Texas A&M Aggies, and it's against one of the best hitters in the country, and Maya Perez gets her swing in for strikeout number one.
A couple of them look a little sleepy out there right now. Stay up. When you get back home, tune in to 7 Innings Live. There's still more softball to come. They're not going to bed. We're not going to bed. Alyssa, Tori, Tara in the studio. They'll be with you tomorrow as well. You can catch them on the ESPN app.
Our young fans here are still wide awake, too.
Yeah. It's an elimination game. Keeps you on your toes, keeps you awake. Somewhere in different levels of awake compared to others, if you know what I mean. 9-1-2 for UConn here in the 6th. Barber to lead things off. One-on-one. Heidi flied out to left in the 3rd. UConn batting in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Off the plate, 2-1. Pitch number 60 for Sydney Lesentine. Fly ball lifted to deep left field. It is carrying, it is back, it is gone! Heidi Barber with her 4th home run of the season, and the Huskies put one more on the board, and they finally get to Sydney Lesentine for the first time since the 1st inning. 6-2.
What a swing by Heidi Barber. Sydney Lesentine had been so good and so efficient with her pitches. This time she goes with the rise ball, working it inside to Heidi Barber, and she is ready for it. She gets that barrel out in front of her, a little underneath the ball, but that's what allowed this ball to carry and carry and carry right on out of this ballpark.
Soft liner will get down for a base hit, and it skips on the grass all the way to the wall. Digging for second and sliding in safely is Savannah Ring. And UConn maybe with some answers against Lesentine here in the 6th inning.
A ton of fight from this UConn team, and Savannah Ring has done nothing but get on base against Sydney Lesentine today. Had that base hit back in the 1st inning, walk in the 3rd inning, and now a double out to right center field to continue this rally now for the bottom of the 6th inning.
That looks like it's going to be it for Lesentine, who was cruising before the home run by Barber. She had retired 7 in a row. She had given up just the 1 unearned run in the 1st, but the Huskies get to her here in the 6th. Barber with the home run, Ring with the double, her 2nd hit of the game, and that is it for Lesentine. Tell you about the new pitcher coming on. Kate Munnerlyn will get ready, and we'll tell you about her when we come back. Second pitcher of the night for Texas A&M is the sophomore from Los Gatos, California, Kate Munnerlyn.
Kate Munnerlyn came in yesterday's ball game against UConn in relief. Coming from the left side, mid-60s, so pretty firm with that rise ball, that drop ball, but it's that changeup. That is the go-to pitch for her. She will throw it a ton against these batters.
Kat Pettis swinging a miss for strike 1. Pettis reached on an error in the 1st, grounded into a double play in the 3rd. 0 for 2 tonight. 3 for 8 in the regional with a couple of home runs. Good block by Kowalewski behind the plate. Ring will hold at second. play. It's 1-2. Two and two.
Third changeup that Kat Pettis has seen out of the hand of Kate Munnerlyn in this at-bat. She fouled off a rise ball over to the right side. Have to be ready to adjust to that change in speeds with 2 strikes.
Went fishing, couldn't get it. Now running for third and sliding in safely. Aggressive play by Ring. Pettis strikes out, 1 away.
Heads up base running by Savannah Ring, because with that drop third strike, you know that Texas A&M, given the lead that they have, is going to throw the ball over to first base to get that out on the strikeout. She looks back just for a second to make sure that that throw is going to go all the way over to first base, and as soon as she sees that, takes off and makes it over to third.
Caitlin Breslin takes ball 1. Breslin 0 for 2, looking for her first hit of the regional, 0 for 8. Inside, it's 2-0. Both teams playing their second game today. A&M lost to Arizona State in game 1 of our 3 games here today in College Station. Connecticut defeated McNeese in an elimination game. Now the Huskies down by 4 in their second elimination game. Cue shot back to Munnerlyn, who throws it over to Perez. Holding at third is Ring, 2 down.
That ground ball had so much spin on it that it actually kicked back towards Kate Munnerlyn in the circle. I thought it was going to trail more towards KK Dement over at shortstop, but instead it goes right back to the pitcher. Looks the runner back to third and gets out number 2 over at first base. Let's see the spin off of this one. Way early on the swing, got it right off the end of the bat. Look at it kick back towards Kate Munnerlyn there.
First pitch to Caitlin Kibling, misses for ball 1. Kibling has 1 hit in the regional. It came against Munnerlyn yesterday. Kibling 0 for 2 tonight. Grounded out in the first, struck out against Lessentine in the 4th. Down the count, 1-2. UConn trying to chase a run home from third. And they'll do it. They'll drop in for a base hit. Kibling with an RBI single, and the Huskies have scored twice in the 6th, and it's 6-3.
Great adjustment by Caitlin Kibling as well on this changeup. She swung and missed earlier in the at-bat, and so Kate Munnerlyn comes right back with the same exact pitch. That changeup diving down and away from the lefty. Look at how she uses her front leg. That right leg sinks into the leg to adjust her timing and gets fully extended to drive that ball out to right field.
First pitch to Emma Willers, misses for ball 1. Willers happy to see anybody but Lessentine. Struck out twice against Lessentine tonight. Now facing Munnerlyn. Looks at ball 2. Willers has shown some good power in her young career. 2-1.
We got a chance to watch her take some batting practice the other day before this regional got started. And it was interesting the pace in which she was taking batting practice. Typically you just see swing after swing after swing, but she was really working on her pace and her rhythm and her routine, even during batting practice. So she would step out exactly like you're seeing right now in the game, spin the bat, take a deep breath, and then get back into the batter's box.
Hit 2 home runs in the Big East tournament, helping the Huskies to their 2nd straight tournament title. Good hitters count here, 3-1. Good pitch made by Munnerlyn. It's 3-2.
I'd come right back with another one of those changeups. It's a pitch that is really difficult for batters to pick up out of the hand, and you saw that swing well out in front. I'd come right back with another one.
Another cue shot. This is going to be trouble, and beating it out down the line is Willers. Not much that Dement could do with that. Just wasn't hit hard enough. So 1st and 2nd for the Huskies with 2 down.
That's one of those balls in play that looks like a line drive in the books, even though she got a ton of spin on it, off the end of the bat, even a smile on Emma Willers' face over at first base. It can be frustrating for pitchers, though, when you throw a really well-executed pitch and somehow the batters find a way on base.
Ball 1 to Calciano, the tying run at the plate here in the bottom of the 6th. Big cut, tried to tie it up with one swing. It's 1-1. Eva Calciano struck out twice against Lessentine. Freshman does have 2 home runs on the season. This is for a ball, 2-1.
Came back inside with that backdoor curveball. Didn't get the call on the inner half. I thought it clipped the low inside part of the strike zone, but the call goes in the way of UConn.
There's the strike, it's 2-2. Kibling at 2nd, Willers at 1st. 2 runs in the inning for the Huskies. Calciano gets a piece. Swung on and missed. Kate Munnerlyn gets the strikeout, and that will do it for Connecticut in the 6th. But they do score twice to get a little closer in this elimination game.
It's Heidi Barber's 4th home run of the season, and UConn is chipping away at this score.
Back at College Station, we want to say thank you and give love to our crew here today. Regional Saturday is one of the longest, hardest days on the sports television calendar. And our crew was here this morning, 3 games in the heat, still with us a little bit as I'm looking around at our cameraman. Yeah, they're sharp-eyed.
Oh, no, they're with us. They are with us. They have been all over everything so far in this regional. Great job, and cannot say thank you enough to our incredible crew.
Producer Caitlin Urka, Director Ed Curran, and our crew here in College Station getting it done here in these 3 games. First pitch was a little after 2 o'clock Central Time of Game 1. They were here hours before that just to make sure everything is in perfect condition for Ms. Shipman. Very high and exacting standards for how she likes the game presented and things prepared for
Everybody can catch how you're throwing that my direction, which we all know what that means,
You're
Mr.
holding
Freed.
up a mirror to me, huh? I see. Jessica Walter skips it up against Michaela Work. 2-1. Oh, there's us and our crew up here.
Yes. Thank you to everybody.
Yes.
So many people behind the scenes.
We've been like, Maddie's been moving away from me a little bit because we've been sweating up here for 8.5 hours. I understand what you're trying to say. But most importantly, kudos to the players. A&M was on the field 2 o'clock against Arizona State. UConn back-to-back games in the Texas heat. Facing elimination in both games. Work works a walk. She's on for a 3rd time here tonight.
And Jessica Walter back out there in the circle, too. She threw 144 pitches earlier today.
Her total now, Brian Bennett doing the math, 170 pitches thrown today. But when you're 5th-year senior, throwing your final pitches of your college career, you hope you have another day to throw some more final pitches of your college career.
I'd imagine that Coach Laura Valentino would have to rip that softball out of Jessica Walter's hand right now.
There we go. Kowalewski takes ball 1. Barber will go out to talk to Walter. Kowalewski with a single in the 1st, robbed of a hit in the 3rd, singled again in the 5th. 5 hits in the regional, including a grand slam against Connecticut yesterday in that 17-3 win. UConn gets the most improved award just on the basis of what happened yesterday when A&M put 17 on the board, including 13 runs in what was a 40-minute bottom half of the 2nd inning. And 19 batters went to the plate, and UConn pitchers threw 82 pitches just in that half inning.
And it felt like in the 1st inning, too, that it was starting to trend that direction again. Texas A&M ended up putting up 3 runs in that 1st inning, but Sydney Cush really slowed things down and kept them in this ball game, and then gave relief to Jessica Walter coming into the game.
Two 2-0 the count to Kowalewski. The 2-1 from Jessica Walter. Swung on, hit deep to right center field. Gone. Ariel Kowalewski hits another home run against Connecticut. A 2-run shot. And the Aggies have an 8-3 lead.
The Howdy crowd is going to come right back out of the dugout for Texas A&M. We're going to see more of those bubbles, and another reason for that, twice now this weekend, Ariel Kowalewski going yard, this time a 2-run shot out to right field. She has been seeing the ball big this weekend and doing damage when she swings the bat. Got to get rid of the helmet. Howdy hat comes out. Bubbles just go flying in the stands.
Felt like they doubled down on the bubbles, knowing how important that 2-run home run is, just to give a little insurance here for the Aggies, getting closer to surviving regional Saturday and getting a rematch with Arizona State tomorrow. Two 2-0 the count to Kelsey Mathis. Flores Presley back to the mound to talk to Walter. If A&M holds on, and remember, UConn batting in the bottom of the 7th. They'll have 7, 8, 9 due up. Cruz, DeMeo, and Barber. They'll get a rematch with Arizona State tomorrow. Team they led in the 7th inning before the Sun Devils pulled it out in the top of the 7th. And Kenzie Brown finished the job in the circle for Arizona State in the bottom of the 7th. Going the distance and picking up the win.
Be interested to see, no matter who ends up winning this game, what the pitching decision is for Arizona State in tomorrow's game, because the opposing team would have to beat them twice. Do you come right back out and throw Kenzie Brown, or does Mika Lupi get the start for Arizona State?
Lupi has pitched well in the postseason.
Combination of Mika Lupi and Aisa Silva, who came in back in that Big 12 tournament when they were playing against Oklahoma State. Mika Lupi got the start in that game against the Cowgirls. Aisa Silva came on in relief, but they have both thrown some really good innings for Arizona State.
That was a big performance in that semifinal win against Oklahoma State, because it saved Kenzie Brown for the championship against Texas Tech, and she was electric against the Red Raiders in Oklahoma City, picking up the 4-0 win.
9 strikeouts in 7 innings against Texas Tech, and we know how difficult that lineup can be to navigate.
Fly ball to center field. Kibling comes on. She's got it. 1 down here in the 7th. KK Dement coming to the plate. Her 2-run homer in the 4th put Texas A&M on top 5-1. Fouled off. They would lead 6-1 before UConn came back to make it 6-3 last inning. But the Aggies back in front by 5 late here in our 3rd and final game today in College Station. Oh, 0-2.
KK Dement a bit late on that swing. That curveball pumping in there at 66 miles per hour.
Walter ready with the 0-2. Infielders come in. Some brief words of encouragement for the senior.
You see them do that often too, and they talk about wanting to be external and communicate constantly and tangibly show that they have each other's backs.
Walter misses inside. It's 2-2.
And you'll see Jessica Walter even respond to her teammates too, kind of going around the infield, letting them know that she has their back.
Sent out to right. Breslin is there. 2 down. Paisley Allen will step to the plate for Texas A&M. 0 for 3 tonight, 2 for 7 in the regional. Strike 1. Walter was the pitching hero for Connecticut in the elimination game against McNeese, throwing those 144 pitches. Coming on in relief a short time later here against Texas A&M. One-on-one.
Here's the infielders coming together, talking constantly with each other and with Jessica Walter out there in the circle.
Fly ball to left, hit well, and it is gone. Paisley Allen leaves the yard. Her 8th home run of the season. Insurance for A&M, 9-3.
Paisley Allen's 2 hits in this regional coming into today's game. Both came during the second inning in their first game against UConn. Now she gets another hit against UConn. This time it is sent out there beyond the left field wall, off of the scoreboard. Allen driving that one 226 feet. And the Bubbles traveling probably just a little bit further than that.
Saturday night party here at Davis Diamond. They'll have to stock up tomorrow morning, bring the bubble machines back, and hope they can use them against Arizona State. Unless there's an epic comeback for Connecticut, the Aggies are going to win this elimination game. They're on top 9-3 here in the top of the 7th. And Isoni comes on to bat for Vrajul. Home runs from Dement, Karolewski, and Allen. Soft liner, base hit. Pinch hit single for Maddie Soni, and she's aboard with 2 down in the 7th.
Not an easy role to be in that pinch hitting role, but a nice job by Maddie Soni coming in off of the bench, driving that one out into left field. And what we've heard from not just the players on this Texas A&M team, but also head coach Trisha Ford, that she is the glue that holds this team together. She brings the energy, and there she is, bringing the energy right on back into the dugout.
Very rarely see someone so happy to be pulled from the game for a pinch runner, but Maddie's going to do what Maddie does.
Talon Edwards told us that she lights up the room, and we are seeing examples of that.
Kennedy Powell lifts a fly ball to center field. It's off the glove of the center fielder, Kibling. The run will score, and A&M adds their lead. Vrajul had gone in to run for Soni, who hit for her. She scores the run, and it's 4 runs in the inning now for the Aggies.
With 2 outs, you know as a base runner, you are going to be on the move no matter what. And with that drop fly ball out in center field, it looked like Kibling was right underneath it. You can see where she's shaded. She's shaded over towards right center field, so she does have to run a long way in for this one, but she gets her feet right underneath it, and it just tips off of the top of her glove. Heads-up base running, though, by Frankie Brajal, not to stop, scoring all the way from first base on that air out in center field.
One little interesting subplot here for Texas A&M as Talon Edwards comes to the plate with 2 down. Maya Perez is on deck. Her 58-game on-base streak is on the line. So if Edwards could reach, Perez would have a chance to extend the streak that dates back to last year. Edwards fouls it off, down in the count 0-2. Edwards, the 8th Aggie to come to the plate here in the 7th. Well off the base and thrown out in the right field. Got a little sloppy for Connecticut here in the 7th after being pretty tight defensively here tonight.
Looked like Heidi Barber was trying to make a snap throw down to first base and maybe hung onto it because that ball just ended up going straight down into the dirt and out into right field.
2 errors in the inning for the Huskies. Once again, Powell well off the base, and she scrambles back safely to second. Two and 2 the count to Talon Edwards. 1 for 3 tonight with a walk. That misses. Three and 2 to Edwards. Swung on and missed. Strikeout for Walter will do it for the Aggies in the 7th, but Texas A&M puts 4 on the board in the inning.
The Aggies keep leaving the yard. Ariel Kowalewski with her 2nd home run of this regional, followed up by Paisley Allen with a solo shot, her 1st home run of the regional. The bubbles have been flying all night long.
Little breathing room for Texas A&M as we head to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Last chance for UConn as Kate Munnerlyn ready to work here against the Huskies.
Feels like that was a big 4 runs for A&M just to give some more insurance runs, especially with the way that UConn was able to put up a 2 spot in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Bella Cruz to lead things off for the Huskies in the 7th. Cruz 0 for 2 today. 1 for 6 in the regional. Well, we're done here in College Station. We'll get you out to Eugene for Oregon and St. Mary's. Ducks on top 3-0 as they play in the 4th. In an elimination game out in Oregon. 0-2 the count to Cruz. Huskies earlier today picked up their first NCAA tournament win in 25 years when they knocked off McNeese. Making back-to-back trips to the tournament after a long drought ended last year. Strikeout to start things for Munnerlyn here in the 7th, 1 down.
Another one of those changeups out of the hand of Kate Munnerlyn. You can see the tight spin on this pitch too, and that's what makes it even more deceptive to these batters, because typically when you think of changeups, you think of less spin, but it almost picks up out of the hand of Munnerlyn.
Big cut by Kaylee DeMeo, strike 1, 0 for 2 tonight. 1 for 7 in the regional. Oh, and 2. Sydney Lessentine started. Munnerlyn came on in the 6th. The 0-2 to DeMeo. Hit to center field, coming on and making a diving play is Mathis, 2 down.
Big smile on Kelsey Mathis's face after she makes a great catch, diving catch out in center field. Her teammates Paisley Allen and Frankie Vrajel come over to congratulate her too. Gets a good beat on this one, dives forward out in center to make a great catch for out number 2. And robs Kaylee DeMeo of a base hit.
Heidi Barber. Fouled off for strike 1. Barber hit her 4th home run of the season, her last time up. 1 for 2 tonight. 2 for 6 in the regional with a couple of walks. One and 1. Inside, 2 and 1.
Really great season for the UConn Huskies. Of course, we've talked about the back-to-back Big East tournament championships, but even just looking at this season and the way that they were able to turn things around after the start didn't go the way that they wanted to. Had to deal with a couple of injuries too, almost embraced that next athlete up mentality for Coach Laura Valentino and her squad. And the message always being, stay positive. That is something that Coach got from her mom that she brought over to the team, wants them to stay positive.
Barber puts a charge into 1. Moving over is Allen to make the catch. And Texas A&M survives. They will get a rematch with Arizona State tomorrow here in College Station.
We are going to have a great showdown between Texas A&M and Arizona State tomorrow. Really nice job combined in the pitcher's circle between Sydney Lessentine and Kate Munnerlyn coming on in relief. Some big swings from this A&M offense. But you got to tip your cap to the job that Jessica Walter did, not just pitching in the elimination game, 144 pitches, but coming on in relief in this game against Texas A&M and doing everything she could to try to hold this team at bay.
Should be exciting tomorrow when Arizona State and Texas A&M meet again. It'll be 3 o'clock Eastern Time, 2 Central on ABC. So we'll see you tomorrow afternoon here from College Station as the Aggies fight back, get a win, and they will play Arizona State tomorrow. Arizona State needs 1 win to advance to the Super Regionals. Texas A&M would have to beat Arizona State twice to get to the Supers. Time for tonight's Capital One rewarding performance. It is KK Dement who went deep in the fourth.
Couple of hits tonight for KK Dement, but none bigger than this one. A huge home run, a 2-run shot in the top of the 4th inning. Had another RBI later, too, on that base hit over to the left side of the infield, legging that one out. Every single insurance run in these elimination games is important, and especially important when you can leave the yard and have the bubbles take flight here in College Station.
How about this for college softball? Little regional action on ABC tomorrow. We'll take it. We'll bring it to you tomorrow, 3 o'clock Eastern Time, as the Aggies will take on the Sun Devils tomorrow. Thank you again to our wonderful crew who are here all morning, all day to bring you 3 games, and we'll do it again tomorrow. We enjoyed it so much. For Madison Shipman and our entire crew, I'm Eric Freed. So long for now from College Station. More softball still to come, another elimination game. Oregon and St. Mary's in Eugene. Mike Cousins, Kenzie Fowler, it's all yours.